In this video, I will share with you how the female eagle chooses her mate and what both men and women can learn from the process the female eagle put the male eagle through to see if he qualifies to date her. Let's have this conversation. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. I am Doran, and this is Not Easily Broken. The purpose of this channel is to add value to your life, your marriage, and your relationship. And we teach you how to do it God's way. Now, let's get right into it. Now, ladies, one of the key lessons you will discover is that a female eagle never settles, no matter what. I'm going to say it again. A female eagle never settles when it comes to her mate. And I will explain to you why this is so important. Now, one of the essential teaching a man can learn from this story is that a man must be prepared to pursue what he wants, what he expects in a mate. But he must be willing to prove that he is worthy and qualified for the pursuit. And a woman must pay attention to this, which means that if a man is not ready to be married, if a woman is not ready to be married, there should be no pursuit of any serious relationship. If he is not serious about a long-term relationship, why would you be pursuing a woman? You should never awaken the love of a woman if you are not in any position to love her. Bob Marley said it this way, the great Bob Marley, my Jamaican brother. The biggest coward is a man who awakens a woman's love with no intention of loving her. Oh yes, I do believe that is one of the biggest cowards. Now, when the right time for a female eagle to choose her mate, she will prepare herself for many suitors. Ladies, the female eagle prepare herself. Preparation is important in the dating process. Are you prepared for your future mate? If God should position you to be found right now by a good man, are you in position to say yes? Are you a wife in waiting? Are you marriage material? It is said that success happens when preparation and opportunity meets. I also like to talk about the 5 P's of life. Proper planning prevents poor performance. You will never be ready for what you did not prepare for. The female eagle does not settle for the first male eagle who tries to get her attention. She does not allow her emotion to get involved in the initial stage of finding a mate. In other words, she is open to see who qualifies to be with her, who qualifies to mate with her, because ultimately she is the one making the decision who gets to do it. Ladies, are you dating to be chosen or are you dating to choose? I want you to think about that question. The female eagle does not settle because every other female eagle, has a mate. Now, many male eagles will try to impress her, but when she is ready, she will take her time and evaluate them over a period of time and make a decision based on what she sees, based on instinct, based on discernment, based on what she considers to be a right fit. And when she is ready, she will choose a male eagle and fly with him for a while. Now, this is equivalent to dating. Just because someone take you out on a date and tell you that you're beautiful and buy you nice thing doesn't mean that he or she is the right one for you. The reason for dating is not to fall in love. Dating is to get the data. Dating is to see if the person of interest is the right fit for you. Do they have the profile that you're looking for in a mate? Do they have the character that you desire, the moral standard and the core value you desire in a mate? This is very serious, and we are going to talk about it because it's important. We are talking about a life partner, someone that you will share the rest of your life with. The female eagle does not allow herself to become emotionally connected to the male eagle, but rather stick to her game plan without any distractions. What is your game plan? What is your deal breaker? Her focus is to make sure that he fit the profile she has in mind. The male eagle she chooses will be her mate for the rest of her life. She will never mate with another eagle ever again as long as that male eagle is alive. It is important to her not to rush the process. If you learn to take your emotion out of the initial dating phase and focus on the knowing phase, you will be fine. See, relationships are too important and yet complicated to rush into because it takes time to really get to know someone, especially in today's time and age. Remember to put logic before emotions and allow the Spirit of God to lead you. The female eagle will fly with this male eagle for a while, and if she like the way he flies, if she liked the way he flows, if she liked his character and his personality and his rhythm, she will put him through a series of tests. Oh yes. See, when you are dating or being pursued as a love interest and you are pleased and impressed with the way this man is treating you, then you can move forward to what we call the relationship appraisal process. Do you know how to rap? R-A-P. And you can learn more about this in our book, Dating and Courting with Godly Purpose. It's available on Amazon and you can pick it up. The link is in the description in this video. Now, this is where you ask the critical question as it pertains to if their intention for a relationship with you is serious. This is similar to what the eagle does. If the eagle does not see the male eagle as a potential mate, they will never initiate the test, but rather move on to the next male eagle, trying to find a better fit. Now, here are a few tests that the male eagle must pass to qualify to date a female eagle. Test number one, is that the eagle, female eagle, pick up a stick and fly high with it. At some point, she will drop the stick to see if the male eagle will catch it. The male eagle has to show his proficiency in these tests, and if he passed the first test, she will move on to the next test. In the second test, the female eagle find a larger piece of stick than the first one and fly much higher this time. Each time the male eagle catches the stick, she continue with the next process. Some of you say yes to a man just because he says he's a Christian. Just because he says a Christian doesn't mean that he's marriage material. Some of you guys say yes to a woman just because she's beautiful. That doesn't make her wife material. A man can be good to you and not really good for you. A woman can be good to you and not really good for you. You got to know the difference, guys. In test number 3, the eagle does the same thing. Again, the eagle pick up a larger stick than the second one and fly higher and drop it. If he wants her that bad, he must be willing to prove himself. He can't drop the stick. If the male eagle drops the stick, he is automatically disqualified. There is no second chance. That's it and that's all. She is done. Her character and her integrity will not allow her to settle, and she will not compromise her reputation just for love. She will not lower her standard to fit the male ego. You drop the stick, you're done. Some of you guys are doing just that in your pursuit for love. Wasting your time. The female eagle will fly away and will wait until another male eagle show interest and start the process all over again. What are your deal breaker? What behavior turned you off from a guy? Did he cheat on you while you were dating him? In my opinion, if a man is cheating while you're dating him and trying to figure out whether he's the right fit for you, and he can't even be disciplined and practice self-control, he's not serious about a relationship with you. That dude is a joker, and you need to flush him down the toilet. You get the data. He show you who he is. This data says that he is a cheater. When somebody show you who they are or tell you who they are, you just need to believe them. That's it, and that's all. Don't try to, come on now. Don't try to, don't try to pretend and make it look like he's better than he say he is. No, his character is speaking to you. If she find another suitor, she will fly with him for a while again, and if she like, she will initiate the test. If he passed the first, the second, and the third test, then she's going to move on to the final test, and that is test number 4. Test number 4, she is now going to pick up a log size, something that is bigger than number 1, number 2, and number 3. She will pick one up that is close to her weight. She will fly higher than 1, 2, and 3, and she will drop it. If he catch it, she will choose him and will mate with him for life. Get this, she will mate with him for the rest of her life. Wow, that's what the female eagle does. Why is this so important to the female eagle? See, one of the reasons for this test is at some point, they will build a nest together high up into the mountains. And she will start a family. And she's going to have some small babies, some eaglets. And those little eaglets, those little babies, when they begin to learn how to fly, they're going to sometime fall out of the nest. It is the responsibility of the male eagle to catch his young, to catch his baby. Because he passed the test during the dating process, she knows that he is capable. He is proficient. He is qualified to protect her and her young eaglets when things go wrong. Man, come on now. We're talking about an eagle here that knows exactly how to do this and is disciplined enough to put another eagle, a male eagle, through this process. I'm still confused why some woman would rather compromise. And when I talk about compromise, I'm not talking about he has to make the same amount of money like you before. No, I'm talking about you giving up your value. I'm talking about you settling for a guy that is dragging you down, or a guy or a woman is dragging you down, then help to build you up. We're talking about you making a big decision in your life. Did he pass the test? Did she pass the test? Did you ask God for insight and, revelation and discernment to determine whether this is the right fit or not? Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5 and 6 tells us to trust in the Lord thy God with all our heart. We must lean not on our own understanding, but in all our ways we must acknowledge him, and he will direct our path. Ladies, remember that the man proposed, the man pursue, but you get to choose. He get down on one knees and he said, will you marry me? He gives you a ring and he said, will you marry me? You can say no and you can say yes. The question is, do you know what you're saying yes to? Because you get to make your decision. He doesn't force you. You decide. And unfortunately, some of you guys see the sign that this person is not a good fit from day one, but you compromise your character, you compromise yourself because of emotional connection and bonding that you share with this person, and sometimes it costs you so much more. Be like the eagle, ladies. Don't rush the process. Be who you are. If he wants to, let him work for you. Let him prove to you that he's qualified. Because at the end of the day, if you don't give up, you don't give in, you don't give it to him, he can't get it, he can't take it, guess what? You have the power. Why aren't you using it? And if every woman would think and operate like the eagle, men would have to live up and step up their game, because y'all ain't playing with these fools out here. Now, I ain't saying that all the brothers out there are doing this, but I'm just saying that if the eagle, a bird of the air, can do this, what about you, man? that's what I want to share with you in this video. If it adds some value to you, then please do us a favor and give it a like. Please leave a comment in the comment section. And if you have not hit that subscribe button, I want to ask you a question. What are you waiting for? Smack that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. May God continue to bless you. And I cannot wait to see you in the next one.